Welcome home, all my lovely and handsome divine loves and divine lovers. I love you guys. You heard me from the door to the floor, and happy sober anniversary to you. All of my Tuesday, December the 6th, celebratory sober anniversary, divine loves and divine lovers. Mwah! 10,000 kisses to you guys. Now I wish I would have wrote. I wish I would have wrote it down because Divine Spirit was trying to tell me something about your Tuesday and your December. I'm trying to figure out what I may have done with that. Yeah, because it's about some trust, or some truth. It was some trust that had. Let me see if it's in here, because I hope I left it in here. Yeah. Yeah, so let me see if sorry about that, you guys. Bear with me, please. Yeah, so anyway, it's like some trust, or some truth that I don't know why I did that to myself. Because I was trying to, and I know he gave me something else other than what this is, but in order to remember it, I have to see this as well. Some of you guys know how you do that. What is it saying? Put an R there where E should be. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. Somebody you trusted used you guys, a TUE, used you guys till you were empty. TUE for Tuesday. Somebody who you guys trusted is using you guys up, or going to use you guys up until you're empty, is what I'm seeing here. And yeah, that's what that TUE was telling me that it stood for. And that DEC was I'm feeling like it's some type of also denial as well. You know, yeah, I'm really getting denial from it. Ooh, yeah, wow. Yeah, I'm getting, for me, I'm getting denial from it. What is it saying here? Saying other things here. Yeah, so this is like denial energy, you know, for the collective. You guys having some denial, you know, the energy of denial for the collective here. Or, yeah, denial for the elite collective. Some of you guys are on different status here. Wow. Yeah. And so somebody is using you guys to the extent of being empty, that you guys trusted, and a lot of you guys are in denial of this energy, from this elite collective, or this collective here. You guys, your sober birthright is number 6, okay? You guys know Divine Spirit speaks through number signs and synchronicities always. So that number 6 is telling you guys, expect nothing less than the best. Yeah, it's some things going on, but he wants you to expect nothing less than the best, okay? For sure. It was not by circumstance, accident, or coincidence that you became sober on this day, or you became spiritually awakened and spiritually aligned on this day of December the 6th. Okay, a lot of you guys have been praying for a new beginning. You know, And that's what that number 6 gave you guys, you know, a whole new perfect beginning. Okay? That gave you guys a spiritual awakening. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. And so I want to let you guys know that somebody, so the TUE is somebody you guys trusted, just using you guys up to the extent of emptiness, and you guys not being aware because you're so far in the DEC, you're in denial of that elite energy. Yeah, because this person is of elite. So you guys wouldn't think that they would use you if they're on a different level, but everybody uses everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care what level they're on. If that's the exact nature of their character, then that's what they do. So something like that going on, you guys. Okay. And because I'm doing your read in the PM, yeah, you guys have been praying and meditating because Divine Spirit told me about that PM. He said the PM stands for prayer and meditation. So you guys have been doing a lot of praying, a lot of meditation. You heard me. I hope you heard me. Yeah, I do. All right. So I had to move that there. So well, let me just kind of go through what I see here. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys going through some ups and downs with a particular person in your life. They no longer inspire you. You're going up and down like a merry-go-round. You see life as an incredible ride with this person at this time, okay? And you guys going up and down. So you just constantly experiencing some ups and downs. And some of you guys enjoy, you know, yes, the ups and downs may make you guys want to puke sometimes, but there's also, you know, what some things that made it fun for you guys, like the investment you guys have put in, the time, the effort. Yeah. And when you guys look back, it makes for a good story. But what I see is you guys be, you know, going on a merry-go-round, just going up and down and not feeling inspired by this relationship. The reason you guys are doing this, and my condolences, is you guys are thinking about a loved one, the death of a loved one, and it breaks my heart. And for some of you guys, it's you know, the death of a loved one you guys are experiencing now, you know, or yeah. And I'm getting it's your parents here. So a lot of you guys are also reminiscing, thinking about, you know, your parents, longing them because you lost them here. Yeah, so that's what I see here. So you guys are going through the ups and downs of feeling your losses, your highs, your lows, you know, yeah, so you guys are experiencing, you know, the experience with your with, you know, from losing, you know, loved one, and you losing your parents, and you guys are now reflecting on your relationship with your parents in your childhood, you know, and that's a blessing, right? Yeah. So that's what's going on there at the start, okay? And what I also see here is you guys trying to remind yourself that there's no judgment, you know, when it comes to your shmoney. You're not going to judge yourself today, at least, okay? You're not going to judge your big spending, your little spending. You're not going to be judgmental. Why? Because it caused several triggers for you guys at this time. So you guys have released yourself from any type of financial judgment, okay? Yeah, and that also relieves you from financial hardship, okay? That's what I see here. Yeah. So you guys releasing yourself from being that inner critic that you guys are so well. Yeah. Because you guys call that inner critic in the office and say, come here. And don't you ever come back. You show them the door and tell them, don't ever come back. You know what I'm saying? Because it caused too many triggers. You guys have traumas, financial traumas, you know, like that. Lifestyle caused some financial traumas. And you guys know it. So that's why you guys are, you know, in that area of experiencing those triggers and promising yourself that you won't be triggered to spend something or not spend something or overspend, right? Yeah, because see, triggers can be like emotional landmines, all right? And they will be hidden in plain sight. And they can be anything from what you call anniversaries, anniversaries to certain sounds. Yeah, for victims of unresolved traumas, though, you know, that could be in any area, financial. Like I said, we had financial, we blew through some money, so yeah. And it's like, especially emotional or physical abuse triggers can be, what do you call, tricky at this time, especially on your beautiful, blessed day to navigate through, okay, or to prepare for, particularly as distressing experiences are often shut off from our awareness for us to be better, you know, to function day by day. A helpful way to identify triggers, though, is to become more aware of the interplay between body, mind, and feelings, right? If one or more is out of sync, you will notice some some form of unease, perhaps feeling fearful or behaving erratically, or physical discomfort. All right, noticing these idiocies, or yeah, and especially what surrounds them, whether it's the events, the words, or the behaviors, is very crucial in identifying and working through the triggers, right? So reflect on right now the time you have experienced sudden unexplained shifts in feelings and behaviors. All right. What were you surrounded by, and what underlining process or past experience may have set it off? Shmoney, 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 right? What defense mechanism did it engage? Okay, so how did you guys defend yourself from this or ward yourself from these? Okay, so that is something you guys want to um, embrace today. Working out these triggers. A lot of you guys can hear a lot of people in the hallway, maybe some kids and noises. So if you pick that up, then that's what it is. Okay. All right. And I always say it's confirmation. You know, I always say it's confirmation for sure. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are definitely having struggles here, you know, somehow. See, yeah, some of you guys are struggling in gratitude area, but it looks as if maybe you guys have not yet had the time to start your gratitude list. Okay? Yeah, you can do your gratitude list right now. Intuitively, you guys know that it's time. Yeah, because you guys are struggling with other areas, you know, which is the relationship with your friends, your colleague, you know, your dependents, trying to you know, trying to deal with them in such a way on this beautiful blessed day. Yeah. So, in other words, the time you spend with the colleagues in dependent on the type of job that you do, but there will always be relationships to engage with, right? So, the time you spend with colleagues is dependent on the type of job you do, but there will always be relationships to engage with. For some, forming positive bonds at work come easy, but for others, forming bonds and expressing themselves effectively feels challenging. Okay? It may be that the work environment itself is toxic and unresponsive in some type of way, or unsupportive. I say unresponsive is still the same, but unsupportive, right? Perhaps you guys have noticed a pattern in how you feel and behave around colleagues and superiors, regardless of where you work. Explore your relationships at this time with your, we have to take it back to day one. You know how they say, if you don't step away from the basics, you never have to go back to the basics. So they are asking you to, they're asking you, how do you think these relationships, as well as your childhood friendships, and well, they're asking you to explore your relationship with your mother and your father and siblings, all right? And then they're asking you, how do you think these relationships, as well as your childhood friendships and trajectory at school, influence how you relate and engage with your colleagues? What positive or negative formative message or expectation do you think you carry with you today and influence your sense of self-worth and confidence in your abilities around your peers? Yeah, so you guys, it's work to do so you guys can better enjoy your colleagues, and have a little bit, don't struggle in that area of gratitude. Some of you guys trying to be grateful for these colleagues, and you like, whatever, I just work here, okay? Yeah, because no matter what, I don't care what nobody say. It's just, I always tell people, a relationship a lot of times is, even when these romantic relationships, people be trying to have relationships and they have nothing to relate to. So I'm trying to figure out that anyway. But you guys have some work there, that you can be of relationship on the table, and that could be a business relationship. But you guys have, if you get a time, go through these questions here, so you can best find what triggers you, my dear, especially in this time of mourning, of ups and downs, and going through these situations here, feeling, the loss of your parents and stuff like that, and not feeling that inspiration that's desperately needed in your romantic life here. But intuitively, you guys know to write that gratitude list, okay? When you write that gratitude list, put yourself on there first and keep writing it. Don't stop, all right? Today, it's telling you guys, today you guys shall be grateful for all of the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things that you guys can be grateful for. The little things, all right? Little things like hot showers, internet, bubble baths, little things, okay? Make sure you are tapping into that gratitude, because I'm going to tell you guys one thing. You show me a grateful, a grateful, I don't want to say, user, or a person who used to use. You show me a person that's grateful who used to use drugs and alcohol, I'll show you a sober one every time. Okay, so that gratitude is the key, and remember the little things. All right, so I want to see what this bond is like. What type of bond you guys have built here. What's the bond with you and your person, and what you guys are going through? So you guys are going through a lot of personal growth. You and your person, you guys are still, growing in these areas, Yeah. So you and your person have the same thing in common as far as the personal growth, Yeah, childhood friendships, childhood relationships, the sibling, feeling very sensitive about your childhood and your siblings as well. You guys have that same bond. That's why the roller coaster is up and down. You both feel the same exact way about these relationships, and how sensitive you guys are, because you are growing, right? Relating to colleagues, friends, and siblings and parents often requires a degree of sensitivity and diplomacy, all right, to maintain a peaceful balance, for one. Yeah, if done with consideration for your own and others' needs, it can be a great way to reduce anxiety and avoid agitation or aggression as well. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, your ability to calmly observe and think object objectively, all right, before reacting often links to how you were heard or not as a child. So you guys reflect right now on your relationship with your mother and your father. Did you feel you could negotiate your needs and boundaries in a healthy way in your childhood? Or how about your siblings? Was there enough attention, love, and material possessions to go around? All right. How were they negotiated? If you struggle with sensitivity, attending to others in fear of losing out, right? So if you harbor that, you guys, if you struggle with sensitivity, attending to others in fear of losing out on your own needs, or are you too diplomatic and always worried about someone else's needs, right? Or always your needs to keep the peace, how do you think these patterns were formed? So do you guys always look out for someone else's needs just to keep the peace? All right, because if so, yeah, we see what's happening here with you and your siblings, okay? But you guys are going through like this whole personal growth thing here, and that's a blessing, and I do see it. Yeah, because as you guys are moving forward, your conscious is getting aware. I see a lot of you guys, your crown chakra is open here. Yep, your crown chakra is open. As you guys move towards greater consciousness, you feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like training wheels on a bike. Yeah, they help you meet. They help you, right, to get where you are. But after a while, you don't need those training wheels no more. You can rock it till the wheels fall off, right? Because you're already good. So you guys know how to ride. All right, because you guys have been learning this since childhood days, right? But that's why you guys are very sensitive, and that's what you and your person have in common. So some of you guys are with your person too because of like trauma bond, so to speak, relationship. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from that, you guys. Now, let's see. What's been hidden all the time from you guys is you guys like to go to your sanctuary, and yeah, yeah. But you don't need to. You guys just like to go there. You guys are right now. What's hidden is you guys are right where you need to be, exactly when you need to be here. There's nothing more that you guys need to do. All right, it's telling you guys because that's what's hidden. You know, yeah. But in the terms of your life path, you don't need to do anything because you guys are already here. You're in sobriety, you got your feet wet. Take a deep breath, relax, and just trust the process. You heard me? And recognize your sanctuary because it's like some of you guys know your sanctuary. You go to that real private place where it's only you and the Most High, or you and the whole crew of what do you call them? You and your whole crew of sober friends or connections. It seems you guys earn some time away from the chaotic life. Yes, it could be a small bubble bath or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a trip to a big bubble bath. It don't even matter, you guys. You have earned that. All right, your favorite sanctuary spot to unplug. All right. Yeah. So that's what's going on. And a lot of you guys, you can in this sanctuary, Because you don't need to do anything, you can just speak and communicate freely, whether it's telepathically, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. You guys can speak your truth there. And you guys created that space, to for protection. It's like protection is what I see. Yeah, you guys created that protection from traumas in your life. Yes, yes, yes. Because a lot of you guys formed your friendship due to your. There's a lot of trauma bonding in your life here. You know, a lot of issues with having, emotional connections with people and being emotionally cut off in some ways due to this trauma from your friends. But from you being cut off from your friends due to this trauma, being cut off from your siblings due to this trauma, and being cut off due to the fact that you guys are not going to allow any emotional intimacy in here. But what you guys need to know is it's not where you think it's coming from. It's coming from your your stage before. It's like before your proverbial stage, okay? Yeah. It's like the quality of care you received during your infancy time, right? Which is your proverbial stage, usually before the age of 2, and the impact that it has on continued emotional and physical development was a large component here with the British psychologist John Bowlby. Okay, he researched into attachment theory. Some people have separation attachment, separation anxiety as well. So that's another issue. If they're not treated, or if it's unattended, you guys, it's some real issue there where they really don't want to let go, but they don't realize this is a condition, and that condition came from the infancy stage, the proverbial stage, right? Okay, so the neuroscience has corroborated his findings as well, that the type of care that an infant receives during the hugely important time of their exponential brain development is the foundation of how, we all learn, feel, and connect to people throughout life. Lack of this support postnatal it ends up in postnatal depression, bereavements, like I told you guys, or trauma may impact a mother or father's ability to give consistent care for a while. But babies and children are hugely resilient, and with correction to this matter, okay? With correction to their care, they can recover a sense of safety within themselves, okay? If you decide to ask your, and some of you guys, like I said, parents have passed on, my condolences. If you guys want to ask someone about the infancy stage, or if you're curious about that infancy stage in your life, if you have any big sisters or brothers and still around, or someone, like auntie or something like that, and you're curious about it, ask them about it. Ask them about the impact that surrounded your infancy stage before you were 2 years old. But also with compassion, you ask them for circumstances that was out of your parents' control, because they would never be able to control someone else's attitude, trauma, triggers. If you, they would never be able to, control someone else not going to their sanctuary. That's why you guys know when to take your time out. You guys know when you have all that you need at that moment, and you just allow yourself to be. That's what it's telling you guys for sure here. And Divine Spirit wants you guys to be ever so gentle with yourself, because a lot of you guys just put the thing down and be so disgusted with self. But again, that comes from that other energy from your proverbial stage, and yeah, so that's a lot of that, right? Yeah, and this is why you guys are not really feeling that physical intimacy, and that emotional intimacy, yeah, you guys don't want to play with your safety, because you don't feel safe. A lot of you guys don't feel safe. You feel a certain way, and they have to be ever so gentle with you, is what I'm seeing. So, gentleness is the key, you guys. Yeah, so you guys make sure you are listening to a person or whatever with gentleness, because some of you guys have these feelings that are huge, and it's called hate. And hate is the extreme feeling of dislike or disgust arising when we are confronted with something or someone that conflicts with how we experience love and fairness. All right? It could be also triggered by big concepts like political ideology, or smaller things like how we are spoken to, all right, and treated by those around us. If you can bring forth something you believe in, okay, that you believe that you hate, if you could bring something in, what lies underneath this intense feeling? Because that word is very intense, and it brings a lot of intense feelings. So, what is behind it? What is underneath it? All right? Anger, rage, contempt, grief, shame. Sometimes feeling hate is appropriate, though, okay? And the first and most important thing we can give to our hate, right, and ourselves is the gold seal, validation. All right? Validation. Validation stops us from internalizing toxic experiences that can lead to self disgust. All right? Yeah. Hate can tell us something about what we fear and how we love. What does your hate tell you, you guys, about yourself and your own desires, longings, and wounds? And a lot of you guys know that anger, is that fear inside out. So hate is a lot of fear. It's something that you guys are fearing at this time, that is counter interacting with your trauma, and telling you guys that you're disgusted with self, in some type of way. So that ignites the word hate, right? So that's what that's coming from, you guys. And I just wanted to put that out there because, because it's very valid to know about that. Yeah, because, like I said, anger is fear, and anger is that fear inside out. People only. That's why, like I said, I made that song a long time ago. Put a D in front of anger, and what do you get? Yeah, because it's definitely dangerous. Okay. Now, you guys, what I see here is I checked your money to see where your money's staying. And what they're telling you guys is make sure you guys are saving your money, okay? And cooperating instead of, trying to have competition. Cooperate with oneself, with your ideas about your money. And make sure you guys are paying yourself first, okay? Because that's what they want you to do. Pay yourself first. In regards to those who are in business at this time, it's telling you guys to offer go live online as a contribute to your business, and speak and take center stage, because a lot of you guys have this blessing to speak, and make sure you do so, okay? Those of you who are in business. You guys, this is where we must part ways. If life lasts and death pass, you will see or hear me again. Until then, namaste, and have a beautiful sober anniversary.